Hello to everyone watching worldwide on every continent but Antarctica, as far as we know. I'm Carl Azus at the CNN Center in Atlanta, Georgia. South Korea and the United States have been allies since the Korean War in the early 1950s, and North Korea has remained their rival. Every year, the U.S. and South Korea join forces in military drills. They're exercises to practice defensive moves against North Korea in case war on the peninsula ever breaks out again. But the drills anger North Korea, and every year while they're going on, the country makes threatening statements against South Korea and the U.S. This year, North Korea's military is threatening a preemptive nuclear strike. Tensions in the region are higher than usual, and the military exercises are the largest ones ever.
300,000 South Korean troops, 17,000 Americans, all involved in 8 weeks of drills, which will take place on land, sea and air. Now, South Korea's defense ministry says that they have increased their surveillance on the north, trying to see if there are any signs of an imminent attack. They say at this point that there is no movement. Now, tensions are always high at this time of year because of these drills between the US and South Korea. Pyongyang sees them as a dress rehearsal for an invasion. Washington and Seoul say they are defensive in nature. But this year is even more tense than normal. Consider the year we've had so far. In January, North Korea carried out a nuclear test. In February, North Korea carried out a satellite launch, which most countries saw as a missile test. And then just last week, the UN passed unprecedented sanctions against North Korea. On Friday, Kim Jong-un, the North Korean leader, said he wants his nuclear weapons at the ready should he want to use them at a moment's notice. And don't expect things to calm down anytime soon. These military drills go on until the end of April.
We're moving now to a part of the Eastern Mediterranean called the Levant. Turkey, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan are all here, and they've all been experiencing a drought for the last 18 years. Scientists at NASA recently studied tree rings in the region. They say that thick rings indicate years when there was plenty of water. Thin rings show years when there wasn't. And after analyzing that and other data, researchers concluded that the region's current drought is the worst one it's seen in 900 years. We welcome viewers from around the world to our show. The place to request a roll call mention is cnnstudentnews.com. St. Lawrence College signed up on yesterday's transcript page. Hello to our viewers in Athens, Greece. Everett Meredith Middle School also requested a shout out. From Middletown, Delaware, say hello to the Crusaders. And in Galesburg, Illinois, check out the Blue Streaks. That's a fun mascot. Churchill Junior High School is on the show. Officials in Flint, Michigan have started replacing lead-contaminated water pipes throughout the city. But the solution to Flint's problems could be years away. In 2014, to save money, officials switched Flint's water supply from Lake Huron to the Flint River. But the polluted river water wasn't treated properly. It started corroding Flint's old lead pipes and carrying poisonous lead to people's homes. Complaints of rashes and strange illnesses followed. A study found that levels of lead in local children had nearly doubled and in some places tripled. Lead poisoning is irreversible and can cause behavioral problems, learning problems. Officials have switched Flint's water supply. It's no longer from the Flint River, but the damage to the city's pipes has been done. And a number of lawsuits have been filed against the city, the state, and Michigan's governor.
When it started to happen, we immediately started using bottled water.
A couple little clips here that you're popping her off.
No matter what the test reads or number it gets me, I don't want to touch the water. I don't want to ingest the water. I don't want my kids to ingest the water. I don't want anyone influenced to ingest their water right now.
It's good.
One more time, baby. Okay. We don't even brush our teeth with the water. My oldest child, Madison, we use a water bottle to rinse off and put the toothbrush back on. Say cheese.
Cheese.
While making my daughter 2-month-old bottles, I found myself using the tap water, and I have to pour it out and remake the bottles using bottled water. So for now, when I get up and I make myself coffee, I make sure that I fill up about 6 bottles, and I leave about 3 bottles here for tomorrow when we get off work and she gets home.
I know what it is. It's Bambi Cat.
My 11-year-old son, he was hospitalized back in July of 2015, near the end of the month, with what they said the diagnosis was pneumonia, unspecified organism. He was in ICU. His pediatrician said if he would have been seen a day later, he would have probably not made it. We now are pretty sure that it was probably Legionnaires that he did have, and they refused the test for him. Last thing you want as a parent is to see your child suffering, see them dealing with being sick all the time.
I just got quick word from my neighbors that down at City Hall they're doing a water drive and they're pretty much loading your vehicle with water, so I am on my way down there now. Hopefully I get enough to last us quite a while, because I personally am tired of having to run to go get water. But yeah, see these fellas hard at work here. Loading up water. They're just working their butts off. Gotta hand it to them, gotta hand it to the people who donated the water.
You want some gallons? We're gonna give you some gallons.
Yeah, that'd be great. Whatever you want to give me. I got a family of 7 at home.
Oh, okay, he got a family of 7, y'all. Let's load them up. We got you, honey.
Thank you. Just got back home. We have 11 40 packs of water, 6 gallons of water, and a few loose bottles. This is awesome. Now we won't have to get water for a couple weeks.
I hate to say upside to it because there is no upside to it, but the one good thing I can say is that I love how it brought our people together. And I don't mean black people, but our people. I mean from the yellow ones, the light skinned ones, the dark ones, the pink ones, the red ones. It has everybody aware and coming out and donating and just helping and just smiling at each other.
Doing real good. You have a wonderful day.
You may not be familiar with his name, but you probably use his inventions every single day.
That's right, we're talking about Ray Tomlinson, who's died at the age of 74, and he essentially is why you can send emails. He invented direct email messages back in 1971. At that time, the idea of sending messages from computer to computer was pretty revolutionary.
He also came up with the idea of using the @ symbol in internet addresses, the ones we now use all the time on Twitter and, of course, other social media.
Well, this is a new spin on an all-terrain vehicle. Take a smart car, add skis and all-terrain treads, and you have a snowmobile with doors and heat. This is the brainchild of a mechanic in Canada, where there's plenty of reason to do this. He says it took him about a month and $7,000 to put together, and when the snow melts, the wheels can go back on in about an hour. No, you can't have one. It's not street legal. But if it were, a dealer might advertise its snow roof, its performance skidometer, its unparalleled antifreeze, or its unlimited slip differential. Air conditioning, not standard. I'm Carl Azuz. That exhausts our show for today. We break for puns.